What is the worst cult you have looked into? Rocktario and the Ant Hill Kids. Warren Jeff's cult within Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Keep Sweet Pray and Obey documentary. Last I've listened to was a podcast called Twin Flames. The level of manipulation in that is pretty wild. Have you heard about CrossFit? Walmart salaried management. The People's Temple. You know, the Kool-Aid one? Fucked up. The Black Hebrew Israelites. My mom and her brother and his children joined one when I was about 10 yo. My parents got divorced over it, and I had some contact with them from the outside looking in until I moved out at 18 and haven't spoken to my mom since. Had one cousin get out when she was a teen, the rest are still in. The cousin who got out was fucked up over it for years. They used to be located in Fernandina Beach, FL. Not sure if they still are or have moved since. They don't advertise, recruit, or even really talk to outsiders about it at all. They are really under the radar but still fucking crazier than a soup sandwich. I knew even as a 10-year-old that shit was off the charts and not for me. Edit. Found them on Google. Spoken Word is the name of the church. Still comes up as an active non-profit. Om Shinrikyo, hands down. A doomsday cult obsessed with killing everybody else, instead of just themselves. Everything from nerve gas attacks on a crowded subway to launching a nuclear weapons program supposedly, with the help of nuclear engineers recruited from the Soviet Union, detonated a bomb with a yield of 2 kT in the Australian outback. Scientology tried to recruit me once, and they briefly succeeded. Now I warn people about them whenever I can. That is a rabbit hole you do not want to explore unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars to burn and you want to worship bad science fiction. I didn't look into them and I don't recall what they were called, but a weird commune cult near where I grew up tried to talk my buddy's little sister into joining when she was 15 and walking home from work. Basically stalked her the whole way. Said that it was free love and she could sleep with whoever she wanted. We were seniors in high school at the time. Big group of skater stoners ready to go. After ripping some bong tokes to cool down, my buddy called the police, asked for the chief by name, small town, and started yelling at him. I'm not fucking down with this shit. That's my little sister. It's not fucking happening. You need to go out there right now and sort these people the fuck out. I'm not fucking down with it. If you don't, we're going out there and your next call is going to lot more fucked up. That's my little sister. Deal with it. Scientology. Heaven's Gate. Don't forget about Westboro Baptist Church. Or rather do. Everyone should. MLMs. That one with Hail Pop and the Nike shoes was pretty messed up. Rajneeshis. Another good ol' Oregon cult. They actually waged biological warfare on the local community to try to incapacitate people of voting age, so they could elect their own members into county government positions, as well as conspired to assassinate the United States Attorney for the District of Oregon. QAnon and Hill Kids and Children of God were pretty fucked up. Manson family. The LeBaron family. A super fringe offshoot of a fringe offshoot of Mormonism. I can't even detail everything they did here, just look into it at your own risk. Also Marcus Wesson. He wasn't necessarily a cult leader, but he definitely thought he was God, so I think he fits the bill. Massive NSFW and maybe NSFL warning if you look into this guy. Jehovah's Witnesses. Goop. Fundamentalist Church. Om Shinrikyo. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/om_Shinrikyo. Nothing harder than Amway. MAGA. I studied, researched Scientology. Bonus was, this lead directly to me deconversion and atheism. 2008 was a great year. Whatever TF Andrew Tate's debase is, Elon Musk fanboys. Since no one else has said it yet, Jonestown. The Ant Hill Kids is pretty much the most brutal cult to ever have existed in history. Just absolutely insane levels of torture and abuse. NXIVM was pretty terrible too. QAnon. The 12 Tribes cult. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/12_tribes_communities, do not get on their bus. https://www.autoevolution.com/news/peacemaker-the-most-awesome-bus-conversion-you-should-keep-away-from-20275.html. The Russian Doomsday Cult is personally very disturbing for me. I don't know a lot about cults if I'm honest, but Scientology makes me rather nervous. The Nazi cult is still relevant today, and it is indeed a violent society. Only one I've had experience with is the LDS. That is one fucked up outfit. Psi seminars out of Las Vegas. Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh was a guru who had a cult in Oregon. There was a Netflix doc called Wild Wild Country that's worth a watch. After reading comments, I don't know if it's the worst, but JMS is the one I know personally. I saw the Netflix DOCU series, In the Name of God, a holy betrayal, and it baffles me how long it took to get that POS arrested and to think that he's still alive after molesting 1,000 plus women. The Elan School for Misbehaving Teens was definitely a cult-like. Lots of fucked up stuff happening there. JW or Trumpism. Scientology bar none. Influencers. That cult that said UFO was coming to take them, then they all killed themselves. Or that Soko Asahara one where they gassed the train. People are still being arrested in that cult to this day. Scientology. Crypto investing. I used to eat at the Yellow Deli, almost went to one of their meetings. The restaurant is still open in town. I don't think many people here know that much about 12 Tribes. Nubian Nation of Moors. Their leader, Dwight York, is currently in the Supermax prison in Colorado after being convicted of hundreds of counts of SA of children. He blended a mix of black supremacy ideology, Islam, Egyptology, UFO cultism and sex. Wesley Snipes was going to join him and fund a private security militia before everything crashed. The book Ungodly details York's rise and fall. Holy Immortal Cult of Big Chungus. Shinriko. Putanism. Westboro Baptist. Jehovah's Witnesses. Kenneth Copeland. Joel Osteen. Scientology because they have money and power. Amway. I'm surprised no one mentioned the regular Church of JC of LDS. It fits the BITE model for cultism. I've been a member for 65 years, but over the past 2 have seen the cult perspective in all areas of the higher demand religion. The Mormons. Scientology by far. As a major cult with a known slave ship and shady family dealing, and millions of real estate in Los Angeles, Clearwater, Florida and elsewhere. They are ingrained into local politics and make policies that help them further into mainstream religion is one of the worst aspects of Scientology. Serious answer, Scientology. 'Twas bad in the 90s, less so now. And number X200B. Non-serious answer. Our low-sodium cyberpunk has a serious Johnny Silverhand worship thing going on. Scientology. Mormons. Christianity. The Mormons. It didn't take long after I joined that I seen them for what they really are. Just a cult, and I know God does not require 15% of my monthly income. When I joined I did not have a job, so no 15% from me. And if you are not tithing they ignore you pretty much. Shortly after I joined my sister passed away and just stopped going. And fell into a deep depression. They knew she was in poor health. But they never even called or emailed me asking about me. And believe it or not, the only thing that was asked of me before I joined was if I had ever had sex with another man. They may be acting like they are fine with gay people these days. But it's all an act. Heaven's Gate and Om Shinriko both seem quite bizarre, out of touch with reality, and terrifying in how they each led to the deaths of many people. Though HG at least committed suicide, while AS engaged in mass murder. Scientology could also compete for worst cult, though I'm not aware if they have killed anyone for leaving or speaking against their church. Among China and Chinese diaspora, Falun Dafa and Eastern Lightning seem unsavory as well, even though I wasn't alive when it was around. But the Manson family cult, Children of God, perhaps not the worst in history, but one of the worst and, strangely, most accepted as Jehovah's Witness. I didn't realize how absolutely unhinged they are until I did a school project on them. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or Mormon Church. As a member, myself, it has been hard learning about the church history, which the church * specifically tells you * not to look at. I realize now that all the widely recognized cults like FLDS and others are just worse at hiding their sins. Arguably, these cults follow the teachings of Joseph Smith and Brigham Young better than current LDS members, but our church has better public relations. If I came back from the future to tell this to freshly baptized me at 18, I would never believe me, because the church drills so hard that anti-Mormon ideas are all false. I remember before ever even hearing the word polygamy, I was given an explanation that Mormons were so persecuted, the women had no one to provide. Of course good men took them in as wives, with zero immorality ever happening, ever, out of the goodness of their hearts. Imagine my surprise when I learned that was untrue, as well as all the other justifications I've been given since. Oops, I joined a cult. The scary part is the 16 million members, and growing. They take 10% of every member's income, including children, so they can never really be taken down or brought to account. Other churches' cults are so obviously evil. This one is just as insidious. Just a doomsday, pedophilic, polygamous, sexist, racist, cult in disguise. MAGA Abrahamic religions. They're fucking wild. Disney adults. Mormons. The cult of Trump. Religion faced with tears of joy. Political parties. They are fucking crazy. Mormons. There are millions of pedophiles in America and no one cares. Note: not all Mormons are pedophiles. Just all of the men. TikTokers. My kid's dad's polyamorous relationship faced with tears of joy. Texas. Apple, like iPhones. These people are a different breed, and not in a good way. Not all of them are bad, some people are very kind, but those that are like in this Apple cult are some of the worst. Young Earth creationists. Liberalism. QAnon. Either extreme, left or right. Trump. What's the name of the one where they fiddle kids? NRA. All three mainstream Bible-stemming cults. They have caused more damage than all others combined. The Catholic Church by a mile. On a scale, the worst is the Catholic Church. Christianity. Basically all of the Abrahamic religions. Catholicism. Catholic Church. Christianity. Any and every popular religion. Democrats and Republicans. Yeesh, talk about brainwashing. Also MLMs. That system isn't a new scam, but it's a strong one. Catholic Church. Religions. All of them. Catholicism. There's evidence to believe it's a child sex cult. Catholicism. Christianity. By far. It's the original death cult, fought wars and drove inquisitions, etc., 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 taking over half the world. All in the name of somebody that, if they existed at all, would have been horrified by it all. Are any of the stories in the Bible, or accepted, more modern dogma really any less outlandish than those from Scientology or Mormonism, or less than insert other, equally ridiculous, more commonly lampooned religion here greater than? I don't think so. Christianity. Catholicism. The Catholic Church is at the root of many mentioned here. The Roman Catholic Church. Screech. Catholic. The left branch. Covidians. MAGA. American evangelicals. I'm excited to be here. Rugged individualism.